Bruce Eversfield. I was principal at Vogeltown School from mid-1960s to mid-70s and had a very happy and enjoyable time while I was there. Lovely staff, lovely parents, and what's more, wonderful pupils. I thoroughly enjoyed my stay at Vogeltown School. So I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the organising committee for arranging this centenary. No doubt it's going to be a successful event. And as I'm unable to be present with you, I hope that there will be many happy memories revived, friendships rekindled, and many acquaintances being met again. So you'll have a very happy time, I'm sure. Bring back happy memories of your time at Vogeltown School, just as I recall the happy times I had at Vogeltown School. Thank you for this opportunity.
Hi, I'm Isabella and this is Julian. We're going to interview some ex-pupils who have gone to Girls High after being at Vogeltown School. Welcome, can you introduce yourselves?
Hey, my name's Katie. Hi, my name's Charlie.
Hi, my name's Alex.
Hey, I'm Chloe.
Hey, I'm Sophie. And we're ex-pupils.
Yeah, I reckon we all really did enjoy our time at Vogeltown School. As you can see, we're all still pretty good friends. We made some pretty good memories, had some good times.
What activities did you do between class lessons, like lunchtime and playtime?
The activities we did were we practiced the padded tennis. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd play games out on the field.
Double.
Jump rope.
And teaching the boys how to cartwheel.
Yeah, teaching boys how to cut was quite a funny time.
What were the consequences of bad behaviour when you were at school?
I remember a few naughty boys sitting outside the staff room a couple times.
Yeah. Was there chances?
Yeah.
We were all pretty good.
Yeah, so we wouldn't really know, to be honest.
We wouldn't get in trouble.
Ask Theo when he comes in.
Yeah.
He'll tell you all about that.
What type of physical education learning did you do?
We did jail. I think that was a great game.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donkey. Oh, donkey on the netball court. And we did have like games of football and rugby and.
Oh, and we did, what was that skipping rope thing?
Oh yeah, the jump jam skipping rope competition.
Yeah, and we used to do jump jam as
Yeah,
well.
Jump jam.
They were fun.
Good time.
Any other stories?
That aren't embarrassing.
In year 6, we came 3rd in the talent quiz.
Yes,
That was cool. And we came 1st.
Was it year 5?
Year 5. That was cool. We did Taekwondo Joe.
We did a country dance.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, we had all these stories, but they were quite embarrassing.
Yeah.
And now we're going to interview 3 ex-pupils from Highlands.
A lot of good memories. Yeah, had a really good school culture. Yeah, friendly attitude. Oh, during lunch I used to play ball tag quite a bit. Ball tag was fun.
During lunch I just played rugby most of the time, soccer rugby.
Usually during lunchtime I'd like kick a ball around with my friends or something.
Oh, whenever I used to do something naughty, I had restricted play, so I could only stay on the courts out there during lunch times.
Yeah, being naughty, just go to Mr. Luff's office, give you a growling.
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah, he's scary as.
Yeah, and consequences for being naughty were probably just going to Mr. Luff's office or something.
I don't think we did PE as such, but it was more going out for class games most of the time. So we used to play like seaweed and just running out across the field. And
Yeah, Mr. Fothergill used to take us out for like heaps of games every day, fitness and stuff.
Yeah, just played like soccer and all that.
Are you still in contact with your friends from Vogeltown School?
I'm still in contact with most of my friends. Yeah, hang out with my friend Logan. Yeah, he's my best friend. He was from Vogeltown, and yeah,
most of my friends are still from Vogeltown.
Yeah, I still keep in contact with all my Vogeltown friends.
And now we have Phil, who is going to be head boy in Boys High in 2015.
So, what stories can you tell us about your time at Vogeltown School?
G'day, I'm Theo Betteridge. I was at Vogeltown School from 2003 to 2008. When I first came to school, I was in room 2 with Mrs. Harold and Mrs. Oliver, and just some of the things I remember from there. We made a big paper and cardboard sculpture thing of Shrek and the Shrek cast, kind of to try and win a class trip to go watch the Shrek movie that had just come out. I think it must have been Shrek 2. Or, I don't think we actually won, but we had a lot of fun making it, and I think we actually ended up going to the movie anyway, so it was good fun in the class. And also with Mrs. Harold, we had a lot to do with the rugger, because Mr. Harold was part of that, so we always had rugger books and toys and stuff in class. It was quite cool. And then I was in class with Mrs. Maynard, who's Miss Hoskin now, in room 8 for 2 years. And one of the things I remember from that was the Nawatligov production that we did. And we did room 8 did the kung fu fighting dance or something, and I was one of the people at the front doing the kung fu. It was just a bit of fun. And then I had year 11. I had Miss Lister, who's Mrs. Parks now, and that was in room 11. And that was a good time as well. In year 5, we went to camp out at Tawera, and we're doing a bushwalk during the day that was supposed to be the night line that night, and was quite lucky because we came across a wasp nest, and one of the people had disturbed it, and as we walked past, it was just, and the wasp just went everywhere, and we just got attacked, and I ended up getting stung about 17 times or something, and ended up having to get flown back to hospital in the helicopter from Tawera. So it was kind of a scary but really exciting moment of my time at Vogeltown School. And then in year 6, I had Mr. George, which was just a real good fun year with the last year at school. And like the friends and stuff I've made at Vogeltown School, I still keep in contact with a lot. Well, nowadays, got a couple of boys that I still play rugby with at Boys High now, and then there's all the girls and stuff that we're still really good friends with. And some of the things I remember were like, we were able to convince Mr. Luff to let us play tackle rugby at lunchtime, so we're kind of the driving force behind it. There's a group of probably about 6 or 7 of us or maybe even 10 that wanted to play every day, so we used to have to bring our mouth guards to school and get a teacher out there to supervise us. So Mr. George and Mr. Fothergill was always out there, or Mr. Luff out there supervising us, watching us play tackle rugby or ball rush, which is good fun for us little kids. And then of course Mr. Luff, with how passionate he was about sports and everything at school. And I just remember some of the boys that weren't really involved in anything at school, and Mr. Luff just went along and went, all right, you're playing rugby now. And some of them become pretty good rugby players. So and we also had a lot of fun. We ended up winning the tournament in our year 6 year. So I've got a lot of fond memories of Vogeltown School.
And what's your favourite bit about your school day? I've heard you like singing some songs. Waiatas. You like doing that? Doing the actions? Yeah. What about lunch? Is that a good bit? What do you play with when you're outside?
On the monkey bars.
The monkey bars. Do you do tricks? Yeah. And what else do you like to do?
Don't know.
Computers? What do you like on the computers? What's on there?
Movies.
Movies? And what else?
Games.
Games? Yeah. And what about the whiteboards? You've told me lots about your whiteboards. What do you draw on them?
Castles.
Castles? Big ones? What do you put on the castles?
Flags and faces and stuff.
Wow. You do that all day at school, or do you do other stuff?
Other stuff.
Like?
Running to Mrs. Newland.
Writing to her?
No, reading to Miss Lily.
Reading? Do you read big books or little books?
Big books.
Big books, yeah. Have you learnt a lot about words and reading? Yeah. You know lots of words now, don't you? Yep. And what else do you like to do? Have you made some pretty cool pictures at school, haven't you? What of?
Scissors and pencils.
You use scissors and pencils? Yep. And have you made a spider? What else?
Webs.
You made spider webs? What with?
Some string.
Some string?
White string.
White string, of course. And what else did you make?
Trees.
A big one?
No, just on a piece of paper.
Yeah. Did they get hung up
Yep.
around your classroom?
Yeah.
Wow.
But somewhere secret, so I can't see them.
A secret place to put the trees? Oh my gosh. Do you like Mr. Luff? Does he come visit your class? Yeah?
Because when somebody's naughty, he just takes him down to his next door to
His
school.
office? Yeah. Did he give you an award? Yeah? That was pretty cool. Did you think that was pretty nice?
Yes.
Yeah? Did you have to stand up in front of everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Hayden and I'm interviewing some ex-Vogeltown students ready to be asked some questions. So, can you please tell us about some stories about your time here at Vogeltown?
G'day, I'm Flynn.
My name's Pedro.
I'm Medea. I don't know, one of the things that I really remember is over at the junior school, you know, you've got the playground and that's all new and being redone, but I don't know if it's still there, but when back in my day, in 2006, we used to just have a washing line with some tyres just hanging off it, and me and three of my mates, we used to spend every day at morning to every day at lunchtime just spinning around on that thing all day. It was great.
Yeah, some of the best things that have come from Vogeltown for me is the long-term friendships that have developed. Like, I've got friends that I've been friends with for the last 10, 12 years that I met at Vogeltown, and I'm really glad for that.
Yeah, one of the best things that has sprung from it was the teachers. I remember Mrs. Harold every day forcing us to sing her favourite songs before we did any work. So that was one of the...
Anything else? You got any other fun analogies?
Mrs. Sleep pulling teeth out, supposedly.
Oh, yeah.
We, whenever there was a kid with a wobbly tooth in our class, if they kept playing with it, Mrs. Sleep would bring out her big pair of pliers and supposedly rip their tooth out, but I think that was a bit of a myth sometimes. Still got us all pretty scared.
No, it was cool with Vogeltown because it's still, not really a hangout, but like me and my mates will still come around here and just go to the backfield and kick around the rugby ball. It's still, quite cool just to have this, central place where we can all just meet up and have a bit of a run around. It's good.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be interviewing an ex-teacher, Mr. Maui. So, Mr. Maui, what was the most exciting bit about teaching?
Most exciting part about teaching here at Vogeltown? Well, having been here as a child, that always meant a lot to me, the progress of the school from childhood days. The actual teaching, I liked sport, I liked getting out. I liked music, taking singing, swimming, and a successful study completed in the class. Yes, I think that's what I liked. Seeing teachers come and go over the years, made some good friendships, so that was good.
What did you wear going to school, and what were your formal clothes? Did you have any formal clothes for going out of the school?
Well, to school each day, originally, a tie, men wore ties, and my understanding was that when summer came, you could dispense with the tie as long as you had shorts and walk socks. And so that was the standard for a long time. The men were with their ties. I don't remember wearing a jacket, although at the training college I'd worn a jacket, especially going out to schools to train. Otherwise it was just a jersey or a cardigan that we had, just the fashion of the day, but with the tie, collar and tie. A specific occasion that I enjoyed as a teacher those years. Oh yes. We'd have visiting entertainers, and there was a great range of them. But a couple that stood out in my mind was a mime artist. We all went to the Assembly Hall, and this mime artist, he was so funny. He just had me and everyone else in fits of laughter. I can just picture him still. And yet, after the show, I think it was after the show, we went over to Mornington, the staff room, and he was a sad sort of a bloke, a lonely sort of a bloke. And I went and talked with him and thought, oh, isn't it strange? 1 minute, he's so funny over there, and here he's almost like a different person. So I was keen to make friends with him. And so he was, and the other one, way later than that, a man came, I think he's still doing the rounds, and he had a little band, and he had this great Pukeko song, and it was my favourite, the Pukeko song. He's probably still doing it, but I've forgotten how it goes now. But that was, he was funny, he was humorous. So those are the two moments being entertained over in the hall. We had the strap for a while, and then that was made illegal, that went out. But I don't remember using that at Vogeltown School. I used it in another school. I had a system of marks, or points. So just a minor infringement, we'll say, something that was insignificant, I'd say, well, take a point off your team. And that was a bit of a blow to them. Or if I was getting angry, I'd say, 2 points off your team. And if it was getting worse than that, I'd say, you write your name there for the after-school team. And so the names that were gathered there were in trouble, and I'd keep them in after school, and then that wasn't allowed after a while. So that was about where it was with punishment. Classrooms. We had number 12 was the highest number of classroom. So I guess we had 12 rooms. That's including the junior school across the road. Then all the numbers changed. Number 12 became number 1, and I suppose it went around the other way. So I think that's what there would have been, 12 rooms. As a child, I remember so much. My first day, I remember that clearly. And most days since. I remember my final year in one of the classrooms down there, the school principal. And then as a teacher, I remember my arrival here, meeting the principal. And I was impressed, but not for long. That didn't last. And I remember the principals that have come and gone, and a lot of the teachers, the earlier children, the earlier classes of children. The later classes, I've forgotten the names on the whole. And I remember the last year. So there's lots of things. Maybe, would you like one special little thing?
Yes, please.
It may not seem very special to you, but out the back on Thursday afternoons, when I was about standard 3 or 4, I could have been younger, the teacher would take us out, probably a different teacher, and we'd have gardening. We had the school garden, I could show you where it is. And we'd rake and hoe and dig and all that, do what we're told. And then the pack-up time came, getting ready for the bell to go at the end of the day. This was Thursday afternoon. We'd take our spades and everything over to a tap somewhere over here and wash them, wash all the dirt off, and then they hung up in racks in one of the sheds that used to be there. Sheds were still there when I came to teach. And I thought, well, that was pretty good. teaching us gardening. And I was just telling my son that this morning before I came in. We never got to eat anything, but I learnt to wash my tools.
And now we are interviewing Graham Cochrane. So Graham, are you still in contact with any of your friends?
Yes, I do have contact with some of my old schoolmates. I see them in my job as a real estate agent and on the sporting field at rugby and cricket and other organisations that I'm involved with these days.
So Graham, how did you address the teacher at school?
Mr. and Mrs. or Miss.
Okay, so you wouldn't use their surname?
Never.
What was your favourite subject at Vogeltown School?
Sport.
Sport? Why?
I wasn't very good at schoolwork, so I put all my energy into cricket and rugby and athletics, which probably wasn't a bad thing because I excelled at all those sports and did really well. I really loved it. I enjoyed going to school. We used to go home for lunch and I always grabbed half a loaf of bread at the dairy, and often by the time I got home the middle was picked out and I would have eaten it. So, but I did enjoy my time at school, did enjoy the teachers. The gala days, used to love the gala days, always fun. We had a few funny things happen while I was at school. Where the supermarket's being built in Horry Street, where the new Countdown Horry Street supermarket is going, used to be a rubbish dump, and there used to be a lolly company in the middle of town called East End Confectionery Company, and one of the boys coming to school one day saw the lorry dumping a whole lot of cartons in the dump. So at lunchtime we all roared down to see what was there, and we found a lot of boiled sweets in cartons, so we gorged ourselves on those, and apparently it was a crook batch of sweets that they'd made, so there was quite a few sore tummies that afternoon at school. The worst teacher I ever had was a teacher called Charlie Hurleyman, and he did pull our ears every now and again, and I did complain, and he got told off for pulling my ear at one stage. But most of the teachers were really good. We looked up to them. We had 2 or 3 teachers male teachers at Vogeltown School that were playing top sport, refereeing rugby, and we idolised those teachers. And they always dressed immaculate. They were always in ties and shirts and suits and really, really nice clothes. And the ladies used to dress up really well too. We idolised our teachers, and we thought so much of our headmaster, of our principal as well.
The subject I liked best and teaching best was art. I always thought that kids had a great deal of fun, and children that weren't so good at maths or reading or English sometimes really starred in that subject, and were great.
And for me, I would say probably it would be sport, which every child enjoys, and language, because in language there's the creativity out of language. In sport, there's the creativity and the physical side of things. So yeah, I used to enjoy both those ones, mostly I would say. So we had to set an example, which was very sort of clothing strict, I suppose you could say. And even when we were doing sport, we still had a tie. And to some extent, because we had a tie, it was a nuisance. Because when you're leaning over a child, as teachers do, talking to the children, you've got the tie hanging down in front, and it used to dangle in front of the kids' noses. So often you had to wear a tie pin, which children nowadays wouldn't even know the word.
If we went down to the beach area, rock pools, then yes, we'd wear probably more casual gear and clothing that was more suited for the occasion. When I was at Vogeltown, I enjoyed myself hugely, and I think that it was a great place for us because that's where we met, and towards the end of our second year we got engaged and the following year we were married. but I moved out of the school at that point and Chris stayed here. So we had a lot of fun behind the classrooms, I suppose you'd say. But the staff were really, really wonderful. They were very good, and you build up a great relationship. As a new teacher and young teacher, you enjoyed working with older people who had a lot of experience, and they were good at sharing those things.
No, I agree, absolutely. What I mean, how couldn't I enjoy it when I met my wife here? Yeah, absolutely. And the children, very good group of children. I had come down from North Auckland, and a completely different type of child in Taranaki from North Auckland. So I found them most receptive and very easy to work with.
One of the things that always I think's changed a lot, because I came back and taught here also in the 86, 87, was the interaction with the junior school. There was very little interaction between the two groups in the 60s, and as a new teacher on the staff, you always had to do duties. You were always sent to do lunch duty at the junior school, and it used to be a real bind when it was wet, because you'd get drenched going backwards and forwards. And I never remember the junior children coming across to play during the 60s, or the seniors ever going across to the junior school. But in the 80s, we changed that and started making a lot. It was much better for the children too, because they could meet up with their brothers and sisters, see them, have a lot of fun together.
Did you enjoy your time at Vogeltown?
Well, at the moment it's pretty good. I'm going to miss it next year, but yeah, it's really fun with all the teachers and all that.
I've loved my time at Vogeltown. I was here as a kid, and now I'm here as an adult and teacher aiding and stuff. I really, really enjoy it. It's a really good school to be at.
My teacher said to tell this and the thing. Miss Dransfield is so awesome. I liked it because of this year, because I get the most bestest teacher ever.
So I'd probably say that Vogeltown was the best school I've ever been, apart from Highlands, which was a bit boring, and voice-wise, like that. But yeah, Vogeltown was like where I mostly made all my friends and kind of stuck with me all the time. So yeah.
Some of the people that I was friends with here in like year 5 and 6, I'm still best friends with now, which is cool. Some of my best friends actually.
That's awesome, actually. Yeah.
I still got friends I met back in room 1 who I still hang out with, quite a few of them. Some of them are being a bit quiet. When I get around to them, they're like, can I get out?
I'd say one of my friends have really stuck with me ever since kindergarten, and she's like always been there for me, and she's just followed on every classroom I've been in. And she's a really nice friend, and then I've got a couple of other friends that are really nice as well.
I've got one that I'm still friends with, and she works here as a teacher aide as well. So we've all kind of gone drawn back here to Vogeltown.
Yeah, the funny thing is, as I've gotten older, some of my kids are playing with my classmates' children. So.
When I was in year 3 and 4, me and my friends were a little naughty, and we climbed up the bank a couple of times, and then we told to get down.
Ever since I came into the middle school, me and my mates had this chain of playing ball tag until we left the school. It was non-stop, continuous ball tag every day. No joke, like all year.
Yeah, I probably do. I've played ball tag quite a lot lately. So.
I remember lots of soccer and cricket for the seniors, and the adventure playground was a big adventure playground when I was at school that our dad had helped to make. We used to play on that lots.
Big cargo nets and tyre swings, great big tyre swings. Oh, that was awesome.
We just had jungle gyms, I think.
Yeah, me and the girls were always on the monkey bars every lunchtime.
You only broke your arm once?
Yeah.
But I do remember one teacher who brought the strap to this point over a boy, and then it didn't actually happen. But we were strapped in those times.
Yeah. They still use the strap when I was at school.
Sent to the principal's office. The strap.
Just now these days you just get sent to the principal and give talk and then it's over.
But one of the very strong memories I have of when I was in the junior school was, although I couldn't remember my teachers' names or their faces, I can remember their legs. Because I was a lot shorter. And we used to sit on the ground. So you'd look up and you'd see legs, lots of legs. So I remember that.
Just high-style legs.
Yeah, I remember them from senior, but not from junior. So.
What were the consequences of bad behaviour?
Oh, are we straight into it, Sophia?
Yeah.
Okay. The consequences of bad behaviour. There's not really that much bad behaviour when I remember being here. There was the odd one or two little humorous incidents, but no really bad behaviour, because the majority of the kids here are really, really good. And when looking back, you only really remember the good stuff. I don't really remember the bad stuff. I only remember good stuff.
Do you remember a particular student for a particular reason?
I suppose I do. I remember two students particularly. One of the perks of my job is that two students that came through here were William and Charlie, my two children. And I remember them particularly because when your mums and dads drop you off, and I always meet your mums and dads, we'd talk about coming to school, and I'd sometimes find mums crying behind the prefab going, "Oh, my baby." My two came through here, so I didn't have to experience that until they went off to intermediate. So there's two particular kids I remember them very well. But I also remember lots of other things. Like I always go to the Highlands, the boys' high, the girls' high's prize givings, and I always would sit proudly and see all the Vogeltown kids wandering across.
So, Mr. Luff, was Vogeltown a great school to be at?
Yes, it was. Before I was here, I was at a school up north called Tomarada. Then I was at another school in Wellington called Houghton Valley. And I came here and I stayed here for 9 years. Normally I only stay at school for 4 years. So I stayed here for a long time. And that's because I just loved it here. And even when I got my new job, when the man offered me the job, I went, yeah. And the next day I went to my wife and said, "I'm going to ring up and not take the job, I want to stay." Because I really loved it here. It just had a really good it's got a really good feel about it, and really good kids and really good teachers. It's just a cool place.
What did you wear to school?
When I was a kid?
When you were at Vogeltown.
When I was at Vogeltown?
Jandals.
Oh, stop it, Dante. Occasionally I wore jandals, shorts. I always wore shorts and Hawaiian shirts and stuff like that. I know. Can you see that I've got shoes on?
And socks.
And socks. And stripy socks?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my bit of anarchy now, is my stripy socks. I still think, where I am now, I'm going to slowly change things. But I think that what people wear is really important, that it relates to you guys. You come to school, you don't want to see a guy in a suit, do you? No, you want to see someone that you can get on with, and I believe that. And what did I always say to you when I had my good clothes on when I was at assemblies? What was it I always said?
It's for a special occasion.
Very special reason.
Especially for the best of the best.
Yep, because it's a celebration. So you wear what's appropriate for the right time, and that's how I used to look at it. And I think if you're going to go out and play cricket or run around playing touch, you don't wear a suit. But if it's the best of the best assembly, you come to be the best of the best. I do miss my shorts and my jandals though. I do miss them.
Were the assemblies one of your best things?
They were just one of all of it. I love the assemblies. Do you know why I love the assemblies?
Nope.
Because I could get up and talk to all you guys. They were always, if you think about assemblies, they're always about celebrations, weren't they? We always had a good time. There was some dancing. There was always a joke. Well, not always a joke. Not always a funny joke either, but there's all that stuff. So I love the assemblies, but they're just a small part of the whole lot.
What was your favourite activity to do involving the school?
I suppose for me, the most important thing is that when you leave here, you guys won't remember the journal stories very well. Well, yeah, you won't remember the spelling tests, but you'll remember all the adventures you had, won't you?
Teddy bear picnic.
Teddy bears picnic, water day, wheels day, going on camp, all of that stuff is the stuff you remember. So for me, all of that kind of cool stuff is the stuff I really remember too. Same as you guys, I remember riding my bike in the triathlon and getting in the pool. I remember diving into the pool with a pig's mask on, all that cool stuff. You know, midwinter swim. Because I believe that all of that is like a big part of what school should be about. So when you leave here, you go, school is cool. It is good fun. So when you go to the next part, you go, school is cool. I get it. You know, so it's that memory stuff that I like. All those cool stuff like that.
What was your favourite memory of the school?
My favourite memory of the school? Shivers. Before your time, these are just hard case little movies. Before your time, we were doing a unit on flight, and you guys won't remember because you probably weren't here, but we brought a helicopter to school. Were any of you here then? Probably not. Were you then? No. So we landed the helicopter on the back field, and we took every child for a ride in the helicopter. But after about the 15th ride, the police and everyone rang up the school, said, what's going on? And we had to stop the helicopter and move it. So, and just stuff like that. What else? It's just all those sorts of hard case things. I remember the first time we had a midwinter swim, and the second time when we made all those ice cubes and threw them into the pool, you know, and they were floating around, they're all coloured. Just all that kind of really neat stuff. One of my favourite things about the school, though, and you guys are really lucky, is the teachers here. They're just such good people, you know, and they do all the cool stuff, don't they? Oh, another favourite. Remember the time we rang the bell 300 times?
After the assembly.
So we had an assembly, we had 300 kids, so every child rang the bell. And the same thing happened. I got phone calls saying, hey, what's happening at school? Why is the bell ringing? And I just thought, well, there's 300 kids here now. So yeah, all that kind of stuff is awesome. And see, when I said it, what did you all do? Yes, I remember that. Because it was good fun, good humour.